Well, g'day everyone. One of my favourite bits of gear is my Ninja Vs. In fact, I've got two of them. I have the Ninja V Original, and then this is the Ninja V Plus. One of the things that I do worry about, though, is protecting this, or even adding some accessories like microphones and things like that, because once you put this on top of the camera, then it really leaves you nowhere else to mount things. So what I did was, SmallRig contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing the Ninja V kit that's come out. It's a new version of this kit. In fact, I had the old one on my other Ninja, but this has a couple of extra things in it, so we'll have a look at that to see how it all works. So this is the Ninja V kit. It's obviously from SmallRig that you look at there, and it's called the Atomos Ninja V and V Plus kit, so it'll fit both of them because the body on them is basically identical between both of them. So let's have a look and just see what's inside this. So in here, you have a screen or glass screen protector. This is really good because you don't want to scratch the screen, and this looks like it's actually a glass one, so it looks like it's very, very well made. So we'll fit that as well, which will protect you from getting scratches and things like that as well. Then inside here, we have the cage itself. So this is the cage, and we also get a sun protector, basically, so it's going to stop the sun from coming inside of your cage. So I'll have a look at that as well. And then we have a couple of little accessories in here too that we'll have a look at what they do. It's probably the screws to mount all of this in. And also in here, this is what's different to my old one. It has this rubberized protector that you've got here too. Now, I really like the sound of this because sometimes you just don't want to have the weight of the metal cage on, and then you could just use this to protect it on the outsides. Like if I'm not actually going to be mounting much stuff, I might actually just keep this on permanently. And the other thing too is, I think in here we have, this is the HDMI holder. I think that's to keep your cable in as well. So let's start putting this all together, and we'll have a look at how it looks on the actual unit. So let's look at the rubberized case. You can see that it has these metallic sort of plates inside, and I think that's to get the heat away from the unit itself. It is open here, and that will sort of be with the vent that you see through here as well. But I think these are just to give it a bit of a way for the heat to get outside of the unit itself. So if we push this over, you can see that it's a really snug fit. Now, it comes with these two little sort of adapters that you put inside here, and that's what you will hold your screw in. So it would fit nicely in that regard. So then you could just throw your screw in like this. Same with the bottom. Then you could use those for your mounting and just take them out when you were going to mount something. I think that's a really good little cover there. You know, it adds very, very little weight. Sometimes the metal cages can add, you know, quite a bit of weight, but this in itself doesn't add much at all. And it may even sort of help a little bit with weatherproof or sealing as well. I'm not saying it'll be waterproof, but it might help with that too. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes with the heat. But like I said, it's open here where the fan actually is, and then you've got these little extra attachments through here that would hopefully let the heat get away. I suppose the only thing that you're lacking with this is you can't use the sunshade with this like you can with the other adapter that you've got here. So when you're putting this on, I've just got the Atomos facing up this way. It'll only go on one way, I think. And then you can see that it slides on nice and comfortably. So it is a nice tight fit through there as well. And then it gives you a whole stack of screws and things that you need to attach it all here. So the first thing we'll do is screw the bottom in, and you can use the Allen key to get this in. Now we'll look at putting the top screw in. Now, there's also two little screws that you'll use here too. That stops it from twisting, and that's what these little screws are for. And then you'll use the smaller Allen key here, and this will stop it from twisting or anything like that. So this is your HDMI port. So what this does is you just plug in your HDMI lead, then you would close that up, and then you can use this little tool if you like, or anything that you've got, a coin or something like that, to tighten that up. And that way, this won't fall out. So it actually holds it in solid. Now with the screensaver, you get, like I said, you get this little dust remover or absorber. You get a little cleaning cloth that you would go over this first, just to make sure that this, you know, is nice and clean. And you also get these wipes as well. Now it's telling you that there's two of them, so there's a number 1 and a number 2. So if we take these out, we'll give it a good clean. Then we'll try the dry wipe just to make sure everything's dried off. It's always better to do this. Make sure you do follow this, otherwise you'll have dust and things like that sit underneath. So it's better to take the time to make sure that you do this correctly. And then what it says to do is you can grab this little dust absorber. You can just use this, and then you just basically use this to go over the glass as well to make sure that there's no dust that's sitting on there as well. And I think there's just a couple of glide stickers there that you could use too, I think, if you wanted to use them to help you glide it on. But now I'll take the glass out and we'll have a look. Now it tells you here that there's two sides to this. Obviously there's the back and then also the front. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take the back off first. It tells you number 1 and then number 2. So you'll peel the back off and then you can basically place these down. So it looks like it's a really nice fit like that. Now, once you've got that in, then you just peel off this top cover. Then you've got your glass cover actually on, so it's now protected. Now, that fits perfectly, and also you can tell that it's a nice, good quality one rather than sometimes you can get the cheap plasticky ones. This one actually feels more like glass, so it's a really good fit. Now, the great part now is you've got all of these mounting points that you can mount things onto. You've got easy access to all of your microphone in, your on-off switch, and things like that. Underneath here, you've also got all these mounting points here, and again, you've got easy access to the area through here, which is your HDMI in and HDMI out. Now, you'll notice too, if we look through here, that they have these gaps in the top. This is how you're going to put the sun shield through. So if you look at it, this will be up facing you. So you just feed these through here, and then you can Velcro one in first, like that. So these two are Velcroed in. Then what you do is you fold this up. Now, these sort of have to be pulled off on this side as well, and they go through the 2 holes that you'll see here. You do the same one with this one. Push this one through here, and then Velcro that back up to there. So this is a really nice sunshade because you get a lot of protection from the top here. You can see if I put it down this way that it certainly adds a lot of protection from the top, but there's no weight added. It's also got sort of felt on the inside, but I think that fits really good. Now these two little sort of clamps at the end here, what that's for is to clamp your hard drive in, so that when you put your hard drive in, I only use the smaller ones, but if you had the longer ones that come out, that will stop that longer drive from being pulled out. So these are really quite good in that regard. I'll show you a picture of this when I take you through the website that sort of shows a little bit about it. Now, if you don't want to leave these in, you can just use this little Allen key here, and then you can take these screws out. Now, I'm going to take it out because I don't use those large hard drives. In fact, I've even gone for the smaller one that you can see here. So once you've done that, the screw then should just come out. So let's look at the SmallRig website, and I'll show you where you can go to get this product. If you search for 3788, I'll leave the link down below. That will take you to the SmallRig site, which is my affiliate link. I get a little bit of a kickback for it, so I'd love it if you do that because I really appreciate it. It helps the channel. And then all you do is you search for 3788. That will bring this up. This is showing it mounted. Now, I do use it with a handle like that. I actually use it with a new twisted one that I've got from SmallRig that I've reviewed before. This is with the silicone case that you can see through here as well. And it does fit really nicely with the cage that I've got from SmallRig as well. This is actually the metal cage that you've got, so you can see how that is. Also, then you've got your HDMI protection lead up the top as well. If you wanted to have a look at what it looks like when it's all set up, this is how it will look. If you're looking at it there, you can see the sunshade that comes through. It also gives you good access too, because of the way that this is cut out at the bottom, it gives you great access to getting to all of the controls. Some of these sunshades, it can be a little bit hard to actually get to the controls, and they've really thought about that. Like I said, I've taken out those little protections at the side to hold the hard disk in, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. That's these two little attachments here, and they'll hold the hard disk in like you see through here. Where was it that I saw it? See here? So if you use these normal hard disk caddies, they stick out the side of your unit, and it can be knocked out. So these will protect the hard drive from being knocked out. You can see how then also your HDMI lead's been kept in as well. And if you have the same thing on your camera, that will protect it at both ends. Just to show you a little bit about the weight and things like that, the weight is 273 grams. So the material is actually made from aluminium alloy and stainless steel, nylon silica gel, and also the tempered glass that you've got on the front as well. And it is compatible with the Ninja V and also the Ninja V Plus. Like I said, I've got both and I have the cages on both of them, so that's terrific. It's also really good too because you do have these multiple mounting holes that you can attach different things to. This is the top and your bottom is underneath here, you can see. Therefore, you can attach all of these different type of rigs through here. You can see here where it says the silicon case is embedded with environmentally friendly brass to help dissipate the heat. Like I said, it just sits against the body and therefore the heat will come out. Otherwise, it could potentially get quite hot. So that's a good thing that they've done there to get the heat away. What I've done now is I've gone and grabbed the gear that I'm going to be using this with, and I'll show you how it all works. So this is the A7S III that I'm using here. And my favourite handle is this one from SmallRig that I'm using here. The beauty of this cage is that I can just simply put this on and then tighten this handle up and it's ready to go. So that's the great part about this. Also, this handle, it has this little sort of grippy thing that you could say here, trigger, and if I pull that, it then can angle in different ways. This is why I love this handle so much, because you can sort of, be using it in different ways, holding it overhead and things like that. So I love that handle. Plus, I've got the SmallRig mount here as well. Now, what that does, so if I wanted to screw in the monitor, it keeps it away from the actual camera itself, and then you can sort of see how I'm holding it now. And it's a really nice setup. And like I said, if I wanted to, I can also tilt it, depending on which way I want it to go as well. It keeps all of the areas free on the camera if I wanted to add microphones and things like that, or even up on the top here, I can add little bits and pieces as well. And it's all from SmallRig. Well, but I love this handle, and I think it looks great in the same color as the actual cage and the camera, and it has this rubberized grip that's really nice to hold on to. And like I said, particularly that little bend that you can sort of rotate it like that as much as you want to is also fantastic as well. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Like I said, I'll leave a link where you can go to get these. If you really want to support the channel, that would be fantastic. You just, like I said, type that code in. It'll all be listed down below. Apart from that, thank you so much, SmallRig, for sending me this, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.